Pollution is defined as the introduction of substances that are harmful to the environment, and unfortunately, as humans are quite good at doing that. Pollution can be natural, such as volcanic ash, but the majority of pollution today is caused by human activity. So in this video, we'll go over very briefly what air, water, land, noise, and light pollution are, what their sources are, and how they affect us. Starting with air pollution, which is the contamination of the natural atmosphere. Those pollutants, which are substances that cause the pollution, such as carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide, are commonly produced by volcanic eruptions and forest fires. However, the most deadly air pollution is produced by burning fossil fuels, usually from vehicles and factories. They produce carbon monoxide and nitrogen oxide, which are colorless and odorless. Not only do those gases cause acid rain, they can also cause permanent brain damage, leading to memory loss and decreased mental capability. The most pressing consequence of air pollution, however, is the green gases that come with the pollutants. These gases, such as methane and carbon dioxide, drip into the atmosphere and absorb sunlight instead of letting them reflect back into space, heating up the earth in the process. Next, we have water pollution, which can look clean and drinkable, but contain many pollutants that we can't even smell. Naturally, oil can leak into oceans from lakes and underground sources. However, chemical residue and oil from factories and cars are often dumped into waterways, which we refer to as runoffs. These are rich nutrients for cyanobacteria, a type of algae, causing them to grow quickly into algal blooms, which are the mass patches of algae we see floating on some rivers. These blooms prevent sunlight from leaking to the plants below and take up a lot of oxygen, suffocating the fish swimming beneath them. Some other runoffs include fertilizers from agriculture, sewage systems, and just straight up oil spills in the middle of the ocean, suffocating many marine creatures in the process. Ingesting those pollutants not only make the marine animals sick, they also make us sick as we eat them. Now moving on to something more visible, we have land pollution, which is just plain old trash on the streets. Litter, especially plastic, can't really be digested, so they take up space in landfills, or even worse, inside our stomachs. Pesticides and fertilizers are also considered pollutants. Even though they are great for growing our food and keeping the insects away, these chemicals can cause many diseases and also cancer when ingested. Oftentimes, those chemicals seep into the soil, contaminating the area around them to be infertile for agriculture, and they may also seep into our drinking water supplies underground. And lastly, some lesser known pollutions, noise and sound. Noise pollution is probably the most invisible of the bunch, being any sound that affects our well-being. Sounds above 85 decibels can be damaging to our ears, so rustling leaves start at 25 decibels, lawnmowers at 90 decibels, subway trains at 115 decibels, and sirens at 140 decibels. These noises not only impose noise-induced hearing loss, they also increase stress levels and impair memories in us and in wildlife. Light pollution is probably the most visible pollution, as the excess artificial light in our cities is messing with our well-being also. The light disrupts our circadian rhythm, which causes us to lose quality sleep, leading to sleep deprivation and heightened anxiety. Many animals are affected too, as many birds rely on natural light for migration and wake-sleep cycles. And there we have it, a very brief description of the different types of pollution. Air pollution suffocates us and warms our earth, water pollution kills marine ecosystems, land pollution contaminates soil, noise pollution disrupts our hearing, and light pollution interrupts our sleep. But despite all those consequences, we are doing better at reducing our pollution with more efficient machines and better research on those topics. I hope that y'all have learned something interesting today. Thank you for your time, and stay hydrated.